Every black American is bilingual. All of them. We speak street vernacular and we speak job interview. There's a certain way I gotta speak to have access. If I'm sitting across the table from a studio exec, you know, sometimes they'll do it to me. Say, my man, what's happening? I say, hold up, no. And I gotta throw out them big words. I gotta let them know that my parents are probably smarter than your parents.
Yeah. And much better educated.
They're much better educated than your parents, but they may not have had the access that your parents had. But this is show business. I can climb that socioeconomic ladder just off the merit of my skills. I can talk that shit. It's a God-given gift. So, you know, yeah, I speak in street vernacular because when I'm talking to an audience of people, I feel comfortable. It's like an extension. Really, crowds are like my friends. It's the most consistent part of my life since I was 14. But in certain situations, you know, I gotta...
I understand.
I gotta use that job interview. Well, I don't like that deal.
Can you see a time in your life ever when you won't be doing stand-up?
This past year, I did the least stand-up I've done since I started. I was freaked out, man, with the fame thing and being called crazy and drug addict and all these things. Scared me. You know, being treated that way. Like I'm not a person anymore. You say this shit about me in front of my children, and you know, who the f*** do these people think they are? And they don't know what happened. You know, I have not spoken about what would make a person walk off the set of a successful show and go to Africa. But again, people don't understand it, so they call me crazy, and I don't like that.
What should they understand, Dave?
What should they understand? Well, I did 2 seasons, and it was very easy. Not very easy, but I didn't go to Africa. And then suddenly, when I'm getting paid what they said was $50 million, I can't do it anymore.
Why did Dave Chappelle return? And why did Dave Chappelle and Maya Angelou have a first and last conversation? Well, it may surprise you that in the last Sundance Film Festival movie, Maya Angelou told Dave a lot of truth that Dave already knew. See, when Dave went to Africa, it was not about the securing of a large contract, but all his fears that he'd been hearing about the Black Masonic surfaced, that these executive producers wanted him to polish their rods. It freaked him out. And the blood signing came up. That devastated him. So Dave went to Africa without looking back. But as time would go on, and money woes and owes and taxes is due, Dave come back to fulfill his $50 million contract. See, he signed on before he left, but he just didn't take the final leap. Dave Chappelle has taken the final leap.
Well, you know, I'm a public person. I can't just say everything I actually think. It'll be too much. No, there'll be none of that. I only speak freely once a year, nigga, the Illuminati Christmas party.
Why do initiates have to roll their trouser leg up?
Well, in the 18th century, of course, when people wore knee breeches and stockings, the men actually had to roll their stocking down and just turn the knee breech up slightly. And it was all about the bare knee, really. Mm-hmm. So you can imagine when the trouser revolution happened, early 19th century, and it was like, what do we have to do now? You know, so we have to roll the whole trouser leg up. And it's all about making the knee bare so you can kneel in a sacred spot, sacred place, and that's what it's really about. You know, again, it brings us back to the sacred space, the you know, the temple room, and the obligation as well. The obligation as well. The obligation as well. You know. So it's all about the knee being there.
Well, you know, I'm a public person. I can't just say everything I actually think. It'll be too much. No, there'll be none of that. Speak freely once a year. They get the Illuminati Christmas party.
Listen, here it is. Technically, I never quit. I'm 7 years late for work.
Boy, are you going to be in trouble when you go back.
Well, you know, no, it's like getting divorced in the 50s. People didn't go to divorce court. They just look at their wife like, baby, I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes. I'll be right back. And then they just leave with the clothes on their back and make a go of it.
Yeah.
There wasn't even internet back then. You could move 11 miles away. 11 miles away. And they have a whole new life.
11 miles.
Yeah,
that's all it would take.
I've never seen her again. I'm 7 years late for work. You could move 11 miles away and they have a whole new life.
11 miles.
Yeah,
that's all it would take. Boy, are you going to be in trouble when you go back.
Well, you know, I'm a public person. I can't just say everything I actually think. It'll be too much. No, there'll be none of that.
Of course you're uncertain, Cal. Naturally, so was I, till I met him. But now imagine, if you can, a life without uncertainty, freedom from doubt, the ability to choose, single-mindedness.
One life from each of us, Cal, is all he asks. And he rewards our devotion 1,000-fold.
Personal desires, oh yes, of course, anything. That's part of it.
It's only the beginning.
There was a time, Cal, when man was at one with the gods before the fall. Now we're at one again.
Cal, we want you to join us.
Sign the contract in blood once you agree to these men.
Taste of the good life. You know, they take you on private vacations to isolated islands, or you get the penthouse suites in hotels. You get yachts, private jets, shopping trips. They lavish you with gifts. They make it look like it's the good life. This is the good life. Join us. You can have anything you want. You are a god. You can have the world. This is what they tell them. They don't tell them the small writing. And so people get infatuated by the luxury and the lavishness of being, wow, running elbows with the rich and the elite. Your own private jets and yachts and islands. And the good life. They're treated very well. Rituals. Eating babies' hearts. Sacrificing babies. Drinking blood. Being forced to have, if you're married, adulterous relationships, because all of them are forced into adultery. Satan doesn't honor a marriage. You're married to him. They have them almost every weekend. They have them in underground churches across America. And they do everything opposite and against what a real church would do. Are huge. There could be 100, 200 people at a gathering. They meet on estates in people's mansions, often on a Friday or Saturday night, so it looks like the person's having a party, maybe. One of the biggest things you give up is any kind of humanity. It's nothing but about humiliation and degradation. You want more, you have to give more. You have to give up everything about what makes you human. And they all don't sit around in their black robes. That's so Hollywood. Because in all these rituals, a big part of them is the orgies that take place. They all take their clothes off. They're all doing drugs. You have to cause death and suffering. And when you cause death and suffering, it's accredited to you, and that's more power that you get. You know, these people are willing to have sex with donkeys to help ask people to support their fashion lines, because you don't get a big name brand in America unless you're one of them. So Kanye West is coming out with a new fashion line, and he wants everybody's support. So yeah, he'll do his rituals in Chicago and ask for everybody's support.
The way you going, you get a shoe line, you get a jog line, you get these clothing, your shirt. How would you like all that? Just keep doing what you're doing. They're putting it in your head, so later on they're going to pick your ass and say, you gave any thought to want to go higher? I would love to be in a $20 million club. Okay. Then they have one of them women come. See, a man ain't going to talk. Have a woman that's of the sisterhood be like, well, this is what we need you to do. I ain't sucking him off. Well, don't tell me what you ain't going to do, ho. You're going to suck him off, and you're going to let all these other guys go up in you. And if you don't do it, you will not have the money you have now. We're going to freeze your account. And if you tell the secrets, we'll kill your family. And she'd be like, what you talking about? They got pictures of your family, man. Once you become a part of these people, they have private investigators to go around taking pictures of your family. Did you know that?
You stop going to the meetings and you stop going to rituals, you start slowly losing everything that you had built up. You have to give to get in Satan's kingdom. If you want the movie roles coming in, then you've got to keep doing the rituals. If you want more fame as a singer, you want more time on the award shows, then you've got to be doing your time in the rituals. If you don't do your time in the rituals, then you suffer. Satan makes you pay. If you want to be a celebrity in Hollywood, then your attendance at these parties is going to be mandatory.
Every day they have to be high. They have to be on a planet of nowhere, because when you really think about what you've done for a few dollars, and they sad as hell. Everybody asks that question in the hood. Well, damn, man, they got them houses, they got all them freaks. How could they be sad?
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're going to do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.